Now we will see spinothalamic tract. So we will understand the spinothalamic tract, this ascending tract. First one is lateral spinothalamic tract. This is the lateral spinothalamic tract, and other is ventral spinothalamic tract. Yes. First we will see the lateral spinothalamic tract. See, this ventral and lateral, both they follow the 3 neuron concept. Actually they both follow the 3 neuron concept. That is, it has first order, second order and third order of the neuron. This lateral spinothalamic tract has a modality, as a sensory input for the modalities of this pain and temperature. Before I go in this all this long tract, let's make the topic easy. So for your easy understanding, make all this tract to pass from the station. Assume that all these are the small stations. First station from where this tract start is the receptor. So this receptor presents in the skin, muscle, like this. So this is the first station. Second station is this spinal cord. So this is the second station. Third station is the medulla. Fourth station is pons, tegmentum of the pons. Fifth station is the tegment of the midbrain. Sixth station is the thalamus. This is the thalamus. This is the thalamus. Clear? So in the thalamus, nucleus from where this tract has to pass, this nucleus is known as ventro-posterolateral nucleus. Clear? This is VPL. In short, I am writing VPL. Seventh and the last station is the sensory cortex in the cerebral hemisphere. Sensory input is start from the receptor and it has to pass from the subtract. There is a subtract in this lateral spinothalamic tract. That tract is known as dorsal lateral. It is known as dorsolateral tract of leisure. It's dorsolateral tract of leisure. We will just see and understand what is the dorsolateral tract of the leisure. For this, say there is a receptor, say receptor R1. Clear? And this receptor R1, which is present at the level of the spinal cord, say is one spinal cord. This, let me draw the spinal cord. So this receptor, say suppose this receptor is at the level of this spinal cord and this spinal cord is at the level, and this spinal cord is T10. So this receptor is at the level of T10. What happened? The tract which is starting this first order neuron, it do not relay to the same level of spinal cord. Actually, it take a turn, it take a path it relay either one or two segment to the lower from its level or one or two segment above from its level. Similarly, say some receptor, this receptor R2 is here at the level of T12, is present at the level of T12. So from this is not going to relay to the same one at this level, at T12. Rather it will relay, as I said, it will relay one or two segment higher or one or two segment lower. So it can either relay to the upper one, say this is T11, so it will relay at the T11 or at the lumbar. So this way it formed the track. This whole course is known as dorsal lateral tract of Leisures. So this is the dorsal lateral tract of Leisure. See, so this one is the dorsal lateral tract of the Leisure. Now we will see how the sensory modalities passes from the first station receptor. So this receptor passes, this sensory modality passes through the receptor through this dorsal lateral tract of the Leisures, and this nerve is the dorsal spinal nerve. This dorsal spinal nerve, and this one is the ventral spinal nerve. This one is the ventral spinal nerve. The tract that we see here, it's in two color. One is green color, which represent the lateral spinothalamic tract, and other is the blue color, which represent the ventral spinothalamic tract. So the first order neuron, it passes from this dorsal root of ganglia. You can see this dorsal root of ganglion, and the cell bodies of this neuron, can see the cell bodies of the neuron, and it enter in the spinal cord from its posterior lateral aspect, and in this posterior horn of the spinal cord. So here is the substantia. See, I am substantia gelatinosa. I am making in green color. This is the substantia gelatinosa. In short, I am writing as SG, substantia gelatinosa. So this is the substantia gelatinosa in the green one. So the first order neuron, its relay its sensory input here in the posterior horn in the substantia gelatinosa. Now from here the second order neuron start. Now this second order of neuron, it runs exactly in the front and exactly in the front of this central canal. You can see this round structure. This round structure is the central canal. So I'm going to label it with a different color. So this CC, central canal, you can see. So this passes exactly in the front and to the other side of this spinal cord in the white matter. So it passes from this gray matter and reaches to the other side in the white matter. And in the white matter here, this we see, this is the lateral column. So I am writing in short LC, lateral column. Now from the lateral column, this ascend up and passes to the medulla. Then it ascend up and passes with the tegment of the pons and ascend up, passes to the tegment of the midbrain and reaches to the thalamus. And in the thalamus, from this you can see this in the thalamus is ventro-posterior lateral nucleus of the thalamus. Now this thalamic radiation, and then it reaches to the sensory cortex. In this sensory cortex area, this here is a Brodmann's area. I am writing in a short BA. It's a Brodmann area. Area number 3, 1 and 2. The axon fibers, when they pass off the spinal cord and reaches to the brainstem, So this lateral spinothalamic tract together with the ventral spinothalamic tract, they form together as a thick cable which is known as spinal lemniscus. So spinal lemniscus, they are myelinated axon, and this is the spinal lemniscus. Now we can see, now understand two important clinical of this lateral spinothalamic tract. So one clinical is regarding the pain, and other is syringomyelia, syringe mylia. So these two important we are going to just see what is this and how it happened. First we see this is the spinal lemniscus. So in this spinal lemniscus we see two tracts are running. One, this blue one is the ventral spinothalamic tract, and other one is the green one. So green one is lateral spinothalamic tract, and in this lateral spinothalamic tract two groups of the fibers. One group is for the temperature, this is for the temperature which is in the regular line, and other is for the pain. Clear? This for the pain. So we can see here chordotomy. It's a chordotomy. So chordo means it's a cord, tomy means cut. So in the chordotomy, it's a surgical procedure. In this pain fibers, they are cut. So they are cut, and even many times even this pain as well as this temperature fiber also, both fiber they are cut. Why we do this chordotomy and where we do this chordotomy? Actually in the cancer patient, even after giving a lot of analgesics, still the patients have complaints of lot of pain. In those cases, a surgeon, what they do, actually this tract which when it passes this way, when it reaches to the cervical region, in the cervical region, so it becomes very much superficial. There the surgeon, what they do, they cut these fibers. Second thing you have to remember, these two modality, pain and temperature, which were passing from this lateral spinothalamic tract, only the temperature modality which goes ahead, but this pain modality remain limited to the thalamus. This often asked during the PG entrance or even in the MCQ, in many MCQs. Another condition is syringomyelia. Actually in the syringomyelia, just now we talked about the path of this lateral spinothalamic tract when it passes exactly in the front of this central canal. So in some clinical cases, what happened is central canal, it's widen enough. As a result of that, it compress the lateral spinothalamic tract. So what will happen? Compression of this lateral spinothalamic tract, it happened. As a result, the modality, this pain and temperature modality, so loss in this sensory loss of this modality. Now we will understand this ventral spinothalamic tract. See, this ventral spinothalamics follow almost the same course as that it's seen in the case of lateral spinothalamic tract, but there are few points that you have to remember where it deviates from the course of this lateral spinothalamic tract and why. See, first viewpoint is, first you have to remember one point regarding this dorsolateral tract of leisures. So in this here earlier one you have to seen that this can either descend or ascend one or two segments in case of lateral spinothalamic, that you have seen. But in case of ventral spinothalamic tract, so the receptors after this tract, this descend either 8 to 10 segment. It can descend or ascend. It can ascend or descend one or two level of the spinal cord. So this dorsal tract of leisures here. And second point, where it differ is this. So this this first order neuron, it passes from this posterior horn, and now then it takes a turn. It little bit move in anteriorly. See, it little bit move anteriorly and goes to the anterior column. So this goes to the anterior column instead of lateral column. Clear? So it goes to this anterior column. The rest path remains the same. It passes from this medulla, pons, midbrain, reaches to ventroposterior lateral nucleus of the thalamus, then goes to the Brodmann's area of this 312. The rest remain the same. So this ventral spinothalamic tracts carry the sensory modalities for the crude, touch, pressure, itching. So this is about the spinothalamic tract. Now it's time for question answer session. Then we will back to the other tract.